And Azora sort of, almost like suppresses a laugh at that. Like, she's about to say something, but thinks better of saying it to Nostria and just, says, yeah, of course.
Man, we're a party of emotional fucking wrecks.
Yes.
Lotus seems pretty well adjusted.
Lotus is the most well adjusted.
Lotus.
Frankly, so like Corum, considering everything, is impressively well adjusted.
That's true. I think Aegis is steadily developing into the cannot express his emotions category, but he wants to be tough.
Yeah, Azora, frankly, at this point, Azora's a little concerned. And is everything okay? You seem worried something.
I'm just, I just guess you might. I was worried you might have felt a little shaken. Not physically, I mean, how are you handling what happened there? How are you handling that?
What did Aegis tell you something about what happened in there?
I just, looked at, I just saw you talking to him. You seemed somewhat upset.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I was okay. I promised you I would be. I just feel like I could have done a better job at keeping Aegis okay, I suppose.
Well, he's holding up. He's recovering, and you can't expect to be able to solve every problem on your own.
No.
That's why we're all a team, right?
Of course. I'm glad to have you on my team, Astra.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on my to be in your team.
Thanks.
You take it easy.
I'll try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just sort of ducks out at that point.
That's someone else can do something, but after a bit, Azora goes to think off on her own for a bit. But at some point later today, she's gonna go talk to Lotus actually. But we can let someone else do a thing before.
Yeah. Mr. Axe, anything to do?
Aegis is probably going to visit the old man, but
right.
Whether or not I'm okay with like that going afterwards, if I don't know.
Okay. If you prefer, that's fine.
It's going to take him a while to get there. He's slow at the moment.
Fair.
How you act?
Axe. Nah, I don't really have anything Axe could Axe do.
Does Axe have nothing with any NPC here?
I'm trying to think, which NPCs do we have with us at the moment?
Axe want to level up his confidant.
Get that social link going.
Yeah.
Let's see now.
I'll die in battle for you.
Let's see. Yes, you were talking with the brother Lotus, right?
No.
Going to talk to Lotus.
Oh,
Azora, yeah, Azora's doing that.
Damn.
Aegis is stretching his legs. He had a word with Nastria. Aegis don't like feeling like he's getting babied, but he kinda is.
well, let's see now. I'm just trying to remember which exactly
Well,
NPCs
he isn't really, but you know.
There's
Which
also Coram and Reyna.
Oh, Axel was like, okay, Brother Lotus is talking. Like, oh no. Axe anxieties flare up. Can't be good.
Axe's social anxiety. It's very relatable with him.
Oh no. Everyone talking. Axe should say something.
Everyone's talking.
So, Kurum.
Okay, so you find Coram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Not drills apparently.
Yeah. Weird that.
Might just go practice my bow in any case.
Ah, you used the bow.
I would hope you would have noticed that by now.
Well, to be fair, Axe is kind of focused during battle.
Been trying to train that situational awareness.
You do
Well,
get tunnel
Or
vision.
from
don't
like
you?
across the map. Just
Yeah.
come on.
You do get tunnel vision, don't you?
Yes. Well, it doesn't have when Axe gets enraged. So... so, you use a bow. Is
Yeah.
that something... Axe noticed lots of elf use bows.
Yes,
Oh, you've met
yes,
lots
yes,
of elves,
elf
huh?
racism. Let's go. Aegis like just sneezes like I think elf racism is going on around me.
Axe just... When did you learn how to use a bow?
Back in Zebediah, I was one of the hunters.
Oh yeah. Axe remember our hunters in our Axe's village. They also used bows. Bows was pretty good. Axe never learned how to use one.
They're pretty good for hunting, yeah.
So why are you
Typically,
using combat then?
because it's what I'm most practiced with.
Ah, makes sense. Like how Axe uses axe, even though it's technically more for cutting tree.
Yeah. Like how you use an axe.
Corum, Axe started to think we have many things in common.
Play to your strengths and all that.
Exactly.
Damn
Axe see no
Coram,
reason
you're
why.
stabbing me in the back. I'm trying to teach him to think more outside the box. Like,
Play to your
stay in your
strength.
lane.
Play to your strengths means acknowledging your weaknesses.
Well, yeah, Axe realizes his weaknesses. Axe isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Axe isn't particularly agile.
Oh no.
And Axe it can easily gets hyper
I was
focused,
feeling
but
kind of dumb with my.
finger in the
She was looking.
with the finger in the thumb,
Oh god.
shape on an L on her forehead. But you see, you understand. Axe has good strength that Axe can work with, and like we can work to cover each other. Like you, Corum, if Axe may be so bold, probably terrible in close quarters combat.
I don't know that that's been evident in my.
Just hypothetically. And so
All
Axe
right.
covers you by being in close quarters, and you cover Axe by being in the back and hit and paying more attention.
Well, frankly, the problem is when you get in close quarters with other people who are in close quarters around you.
Well,
From my understanding.
maybe they shouldn't be in the Axe's close quarters.
Do you want like a radius around you?
That's victim blaming.
What
Want
radius?
to get hit by an axe,
What's
they
a
shouldn't have
radius?
got near me.
a set number of feet in any given direction from your person while you're in combat that people shouldn't be
Excuse
in.
me, how long is a feet? Axe only deals with the GameCube length.
He just he just like points at he just takes out an arrow and just puts it on the table and just says about this.
Ah, that's an interesting thing. But how would Axe make sure people keep that distance?
Tell them beforehand.
Tell them.
Make
Tell
it
them.
you can make it a strategy.
Ooh, I guess Axe strategy.
Oh yeah, take credit for it.
I guess just I love the idea of like Axe hearing this group and then just like immediately doesn't even say goodbye, just turns and starts charging off. Hey guys, Axe listen to brilliant strategy Axe came up with.
Coram gave Axe great idea.
Right?
Axe just needs to tell people about their strategy to stay away from Axe when he fights, and they not get damaged.
Axe. I've tried to stay out of the way of you already when you fight.
What, it hasn't worked?
No, because you're very unpredictable and you tend to run at things.
No, Axe doesn't.
I'm gonna
No.
keep walking, Axe.
No, Axe is gonna make this a new mission. Axe is gonna talk with all the no ones. He's not unpredictable. Hey, Coram. Axe walks over. Axe is not unpredictable, is he?
I I couldn't tell you.
So that's a no.
That's what I couldn't tell you.
Nostria.
What? Hey?
Axe isn't unpredictable in battle, is he?
No, you're kind of unpredictable. You ran into a large generator out of nowhere.
Well, that was predictable.
And it exploded.
Well, Axe couldn't foresee that a generator would explode.
I told you it would.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
She almost died because Lotus had to save her.
Oh, okay. Okay, but Axe was enraged at time? Excuse Axe. Hey,
Okay.
Lotus! Brother Lotus!
Hello.
Axe's question, is Axe unpredictable in battle?
You tend not to form a strategy before applying it. You tend not to think through your actions. And this inherently leads to your allies being unable to reliably track your movements.
Well, it's... Wait. Is that yet yes or no?
It depends on the point of view you look at it from.
So no?
One could say that you're simply not in sync with the minds of your comrades, and that this occasionally leads to a misunderstanding of a position.
So what you're saying is Axe should link minds?
I am saying you should seek the perspective of those around you. Attempt to find yourself within them, and them within yourself.
So Axe should go around, ask people what they think Axe should do in battle?
No, we cannot know for certain. There's a difference between asking what you should do and what happens when battle occurs. I believe the best way to become more synchronized with your comrades would be to, well, I suppose it would be to meditate with them.
Oh, like Axe did with you.
Yes. Perhaps.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yes. If you know a battle is on the way, perhaps attempt that.
Thank you, brother Lotus. Axe has great plans. Yes.
I really like to imagine that like Azora was just mid conversation with Lotus when Axe just charges in, completely interrupts. Like this all played out with Azora just standing there, like sort of staring at Axe. You know, just like
Azora.
you
want to
turned
meditate
me
with
into a
Axe
generator and almost killed everyone.
You want to
Aegis has,
meditate
like,
with Axe
traveled
later?
all of 5 feet in the time that conversation happened.
Aegis, Brother Lotus said we should meditate before battle.
Okay.
In order to be more in sync.
Uh-huh.
That way Axe won't kill you.
Uh-huh.
Not that Axe wants to kill you, Axe doesn't, but by accident, you know.
I guess anything's worth a try.
It's good to hear. He pats Aegis on the back.
It hurts immensely.
Anyway, Axe is gonna go meet Reina because Axe is hungry.
Right.
Yeah, don't ask her for her opinion.
Yeah, no, just...
Actually, you say Axe walks over. Reina, Axe has 2 questions.
All right, ask him.
First, can Axe get dinner?
A little too early for that.
It's
Oh,
not
can
even
Axe
fucking
get a little...
lunchtime yet.
Can Axe get a little snack?
I'm sure you can.
Anyway, second, even though you're not in battle much, is Axe too unpredictable?
Well, as I understand it, when you were asked to hire someone to help you, when you were asked to go hire someone for your mercenary party, you hired me as chef because I threw a knife at your sign.
Oh yeah, it was impressive, and you're a chef, and we need someone to make food.
So I would say you're rather unpredictable, but I guess it worked out.
Exactly. That's good to hear. Thank you. Oh, also, what's for lunch today?
I don't plan these things out.
Ah, you like Axe. Unpredictable. Just going
So
with
you
the flow.
admit it. You admit you're unpredictable.
Aegis, why are you popping in here?
He's just like tossing by the window at this point.
So you admit it!
Aegis just bursts from like one of the cabinets. He's been waiting for this moment.
I hired Corin
Aha!
to pretend. I hired Corin to pretend to be me.
It's a real fucked up switcheroo that hasn't really achieved much.
You did get that doll thing that like disguised your appearance.
Ooh. That could work.
Also,
Turns you into a nondescript man.
also, Reina, Axios has a different question.
You said you had two. This is your third
What?
one.
Well, X has many questions, really.
Don't lie to me, son.
X doesn't want to lie. Axios forgetful. But X thinking about building more muscle. You see, X holds out his arm, flexing a bit.
That's a lot.
You know
of
what
muscle.
to? How would X improve this? X feels recently X has been too soft. If you feel it feels too soft, don't you agree?
She puts her hand on your biceps and just says, "Seems pretty hard to me."
No, definitely too soft. Axe needs good amount of protein. In fact, Axe needs to go and carry some stuff.
Is that
Well-
okay?
No, he's coping.
Well, the heaviest thing in the village is the cart. You could probably try deadlifting it.
Axe is gonna go and deadlift the cart.
I like to imagine Aegis decide, well, I had a good walk. I should take a nap,
Just hobble into the cart.
Okay, so Axe is gonna try deadlifting the cart. That's gonna be his thing for the day. All right, roll strength.
You know, I feel Axe could use this to trigger his rage. In
Roll
order to make
strength.
it.
He's gonna like throw the cart over and it's gonna crush the fucking horse.
Deadlift the
Alright.
horse.
And now roll con.
He's gonna kill He's gonna kill Russell.
Yeah. It's a bit of a heavy lift, but you know, you're taking it. Your reps aren't as you don't get as many. You're not able to get as rapid reps as you'd like, but you are deadlifting it at least.
Oh no,
And you're
Axe
using
too
that.
weak. This is not good, he says as he drops the cart. Is Aegis in it, by the way,
No,
or
he's
is he
walking
just...
around town and he's gonna visit the old man.
Okay, so while Axe is deadlifting the cart, Azora, you went to go
Yes.
talk to Lotus.
Yes.
Before Axe rudely interrupted us.
Yeah.
And now we just hear grunting in the background as he lifts the cart over and over again.
So yeah, Azora approaches, Lotus and just sort of like waves to him to like, hey.
Ah, Azora, yes.
Do you mind if I ask you some advice on some stuff? Do you have?
I'd be glad to give you some whatever help I can.
All right. So here, let's find somewhere to sit down.
Yeah, he looks around and just says, "This is as fine a place as any," and he just sits down.
All right.
Crosses his
Yeah.
legs.
Azora just sort of like spikes her, shield into the ground and uses it as like a makeshift chair type thing. Yeah. She has a bit more trouble like that with her armor skirt thing, but you know what? So yeah, it eventually gets down to the ground and just. So, I guess I should first explain, for context, everything that happened in the mist. First of all, I'm trying to remember, but more or less the details of, how I wound up like this, where I come from, and everything, right?
Yes, I remember the story. Yes.
So we went into the mist, and I was, scouting ahead, and I came across a figure, and it was the mercenary from my home country who did this to me, and my adoptive sister, which I mean, it was difficult seeing that, but for the most part I was managing, but things happened with the group, ended up getting attacked, and started dragging in, and it broke out into a fight. First I should explain that this mercenary, I don't know his name, but I've heard him referred to as the man with death's hand. The death's hand, as it called, it's his right hand can essentially eat through anything it touches, dissolves, crumbles, turns to dust, whatever. And it's a fight I was, in retrospect, I there's a good chance I wouldn't have been able to survive that fight, or at least, thought so. In any case, I mean, I'm fine. I'm okay, but I was at the time, I knew I could die in this fight, and normally, any point in the past few years, that wouldn't even begin to. I mean, you could die in any fight. Even I'm strong, but no one's invincible, and all it takes is everything lining up in just the right way. Anyone can die in a fight, and that's never stopped me before, but this time, for the first time in a really long time, I hesitated to go in, and I hung back and played things safer, and Aegis nearly died because of it. So I had two issues. I talked about both of these things with Aegis and the others, but I wanted to come to you for advice with the first thing. I'm not going into the mist, we were told to leave our guilt or our anxieties or everything behind, and I don't know how to do that. But I don't want to just let the others go into the mist, especially I owe these people more than the others, and they I can still fight, but I don't want to be a liability to the group, and out of everyone here, you seem the best at letting things go and not letting things affect you. And so I'd like to ask your advice or any help you can offer there, but I was thinking about it. I talked to Aegis about it last night, why I hesitated, and I think a bit ago I realized the reason for that was before I went in there, Nostria was worried about me and, said she wanted me to come back safe. And I guess I promised her that I would, and maybe that's why I'm not used. It's been a long time since I've had someone, worried about me like that, or someone I wasn't just, worried about dying to die. I was worried about, the effect it would have on others. And because of that, I wasn't as effective in that fight as I could have been, and Aegis could have died, and I'm not sure what to do about that. And you again, I don't know who else to talk to, but you see if anyone knows how to, you just seem like the, and this is about the point I imagine
Right, yeah.
charges in Lotus.
Yeah, Lotus, yeah. No, chin, hand on chin, thanks. Zora, if I were to give you if I were to sum up how my understanding from observing you, I believe you have operated under the assumption for a while that your mind and your body are somewhat separate. They're not. They can never be. What you do to your mind is what you do to your body, and what you do to your body is what you do to your mind. You carry your scars with you wherever you go, and some scars run deeper than others. When you head into an area that takes advantage, when you head into the mist, area known to take advantage of scars such as those, you understand it as a double-edged sword. It isn't your mind working. It isn't your mind working against your body. It's your body and your mind being forced to. It's your mind and body being forced to confront a twisted version of themselves. It's not using you to hurt others. It's using a version of you that it created. The mist itself is it's essentially an enemy. When you see a figure, much like yourself, that is a body, and that is a body of which the mist is its mind. No one you need. I would recommend not trying to treat your expedition into the mist as though it were a business as usual, as though it were any other mission. Because, frankly, I believe over the past few months, well, you've stayed with the same mercenary company, haven't you? Have you ever done that before? The same group?
Not for this long. Not since before, you know. I lost my old job as a guard.
You're
Not for this
forming
long.
strong. You've formed strong bonds. You've formed more of a reason to stick around, more of a reason to fight. That is a good thing, but the mist will use that against you. The answer is not to watch. If your answer cannot be to try and withdraw from that, because that is in its own way conceding to the mist. That is letting the mist win. You need to find. You'll never be able to truly. You'll never be able to truly make your mind put your mind at ease as long as your body is with it. As long as your body is. As long as while you continuously put your body under stress. For you, I recommend the embracement, simply embracing it. Accept who you are and who you've become. Realize that you are stronger and more whole than whatever fragment of the mist attempts to subdue you. It only uses a portion of your mind and body, but you are a whole.
Thank you, Lotus. That I appreciate your counsel. You give me a lot to think about.
Of course. Yeah, he just if that's the end of the conversation, he just
Yeah.
bows his head.
Yeah, Azora sits, where she is a while in thought.
Has a funk.
And in uffish thought she sat.
Just sitting, thinking
Waiting.
about, and the sound of axe grunting in the distance.
We all have our own ways of dealing with things. Some of us, we talk to others. Some of us, we deadlift. Deadlift is a good lift for, fixing a bad posture.
Oh yeah, the things inside of the cart rattles around.
Oh god, I hope we didn't put the short. Oh no, the short's fucking done. Never mind. That ain't
I was
firing.
see if we could get what's his name to take a crack at repairing it, but
And
So-
Aegis was gonna talk to the old man.
He sure was.
Grandpa?
Gramps.
Okay, so yeah, you head to the old man's.
I head to the old man's place.
Yeah. You knock. Yeah, the granddaughter opens for you. Says, "Oh, you're here. He's expecting you."
Thank you.
And,
Yeah.
you see him. Yeah, by the fireplace, like he was.
Aegis just kind of hobbles in. You've spent a lifetime going into that place.
Yeah, I did.
It just chewed me up and spat me out in less than a night.
It did that to me too. My first night.
I appreciate your advice. May have gotten us probably the reason we got to walk out of there in some shape. Amongst other things. That shield of yours is a real piece of work. Real beauty.
It's something You could call it almost. I suppose you could call it the culmination of my own research into what the mist, how the mist operated. It's a special enchantment on that thing.
Gonna level, I wanted to come back and talk to you, but I'm not sure what else there is to say. What else there is to ask about that place. It rattled my It rattled my companions. I barely got out of there alive. And in 2 days, I think we're going right back, and in a day or two, I think we're going right back in there.
The mist will. The mist almost has a mind of its own, I would say. You should treat it. You should never rest on your laurels in there. Always treat it as always treat being in the mist as though you're in battle already.
Every step of the way.
And every extension, every figure you fight, an extension of that single battle. A battle you can never win, mind. A battle you can only live through, hardened, and hopefully take something away from. Survival above all else. When you see something in the mist, be wary that just be aware constantly. If you're going to fight it, fight it. If you're going to get away, get away. Don't hesitate. Simply always move forward. Don't let your mind stay.
We tried, right up until the point it wasn't working. We tried to move past it, but then one of us faltered, only for a moment.
This is the problem with a group expedition. One person falters, one person stays behind. That's enough time for everyone to lag behind, and enough time for the mist to take hold.
Gotta be of one mind in there.
Hmm.
I got a question, though I don't think this will help either of us in any way. That group, you led them in there. Do you think there's even the slimmest chance they're still alive out there?
I doubt it. But they had some idea. They seemed to have some idea of where they were going, which took me by surprise. Well, if there was something they knew about the mist that I didn't. That's how they spoke, at least. And that was a concerning enough. That was concerning enough that it motivated me to retire. Knowing that it can have an effect like that.
Are you worried about what we might find out in there? I guess
Not worried about what you might find so much as I am.
I
suppose
guess
I'm more worried about what they've done, what they did to themselves.
I guess another question is if the idea that they may have known something about the place that you didn't know was enough to make you retire. Whatever we learn in there, if we make it back out, do you want me to tell you, or would you prefer not to have the answer? If there is anything.
If you find out, if you find the truth, well, you follow your own instinct there. If your instinct tells you to tell me, then so be it. Some knowledges can weigh heavy on you.
Yeah.
If you find a truth that you're not happy with, well, just be wary that truth in the mist. Just remember, what's true in the mist might not isn't necessarily true outside.
Can't really take anything away from that place, can you?
You can try, and only lords only know what happens when you do.
Aegis nods. We'll go and like turns to leave. I still plan to go back in there in 2 days. I promise I'll return that shield to you when I get back.
One more thing. The enchantment I created special for my equipment there, including that shield. Its functions on the idea that the mist turns perception into reality, blends them. And so that shield is enchanted with almost a mind of its own. A mind purely. When you head into the mists, what that shield does is essentially becomes part of the mist itself. It's my greatest accomplishment, turning the mist's powers against it. That shield believes itself so strongly to protect its wearer that it does. The mist convinces it to do it. The mist winds up convincing it to do so.
Do you think you could pull off an enchantment like that again? How about in the other direction?
The other direction in the form. I was
If
never
that-
able to
If that
figure out.
if that shield does everything it can to protect its wearer, what if we were to make something that could pierce any illusion in there? Something that cuts through the mist.
That was a project I had, but I realized that trying to power that into an offensive tool, well, it's a lot more dangerous to give over to the mist something that can be used to strike down. If I created a sword that believed it could pierce any illusion, well then I run the risk of what I've created, what may it consider to be an illusion.
That's a point. If a shield can believe so strongly to protect its wearer that we get. Aegis doesn't really want to think about this. He's just realizing that when you step in there, it's like all reality just kind of leaves its coat at the door. Yeah, I can see what you mean. All it takes is one moment for it to turn against the wielder, and we barely exist in there.
If you'd like me to try an enchantment on some other type of defensive, I could look into that.
I'll try and think of something, but I'm not sure what. I'm out of my league in this place.
I think everyone is.
Yeah, Aegis leaves him to it.
Right.
Yeah, heads out. Probably goes back to the cart and goes back to reading.
Goes back to the cart. Everything's sort of jumbled up.
Yeah, it's like, hang on, I don't remember that being there. Like Aegis kind of has an order. He knows where things are. He arranges it carefully. He's got a system.
You know what? After pondering some stuff, Azora actually, despite having just talked to it, does with Lotus. You know what? Azora asks Lotus to try and teach her how to meditate. You know, it's not really a practice we have in my country, but it seems like it might be useful. I'd read about it, but you know,
Yeah.
enough to
Alright,
even
yeah.
how to attempt it.
Yeah. He shows you like his posture, his sort of way of roll wisdom.
Wisdom, interest.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Shit.
Add his
There's my
quality to that.
gosh darn. Gosh dang. Oh, add his quality. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
14.
Third eye open. Well,
Yeah.
eye, I guess now,
Yeah,
but
he shows you. Yeah, he shows you like the posture he takes, the breathing exercise, and then has you think again. Mind and body are one, and asks you to just repeat the phrase: "Our mind a sea,
our
your
mind.
mind, our mind a sea, our minds a sea." Because that's, meditating with someone. You're sort of
Yeah,
synchronizing.
I see.
And you sort of
Hey.
see yourself as part of a greater whole, as an extension of something, and also a being within yourself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, you know what? This is good for though. Now that Azora knows how to meditate, can use that for an hour of meditation for training to go into the mist to gain preparation.
Nice.
We can meditate together.
Axe was just
Very
sold
cool.
on meditation to get in sync.
Yes.
Yeah. We can have a group meditation. Nice.
Nice.
I think that's all I have today.
And so we rest.
Yes.
Yeah. Going to bed because Nostria and I are sharing a room. Just I'm seeing Nostria, and I just just like seeing her, just give her a hug and just say,
Aw.
yeah, I'm glad you're with us, Nostria. You helped me fight harder.
That's great to know. You've helped me too.
I'm really glad that I've helped you.
Hmm.
Means a lot to me.
I'm really glad that Sweden Snake have been rolling as Sweden Snake.
Thanks. I'm glad to make you happy.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna have to just be a bit more
Oh,
quiet.
yeah, this feels like a good point for a 5-minute break, I think.
Yeah, we've
Alright,
had a
nice.
day of roleplay, an hour and
Yeah.
50 minutes of, sitting in the town just chatting.
Yeah.
We all had some good conversations,
Now, we're gonna go in the mist and get fucked up in 5 minutes.
Nice.
All right.
Even though, when I lift weights, I usually don't make noises like that. It's gotta
Well,
be
that's
said.
not the same thing as flexing.
When I flex, I don't make noises like that.
What noises do you make like?
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh. Must be subtle.
All right. So,
When I flex, I usually go, hello, I've got more subscribers than you.
the morning arrives.
You sure do. I can't wait till someone negs me by saying my channel's less successful than theirs. That's what really works,
Okay, so Aegis,
Yes.
you wake up. Nostria is there, like she was. Greets you, and she just sort of, goes over your legs. Has her hand sort of like glowing over them, and taps, tests your reflexes. Then she gets up and says, "All right, you should be good to walk around in the morning, next morning."
Thank you.
Be back in shape.
Sooner the better.
We
All right.
In the morning, Azora, walking to practice meditation again, has her yoga mat rolled up.
Yeah.
gonna see Axe and just say, I'm going to practice meditation like Lotus, Lotus is teaching me. Do you want to, also, I know,
Yes, Axe will
came up,
join you.
I kind of heard you were planning on trying that. I think it could be good for you.
Axe agrees. Axe can do this. Let's see.
So yeah, let's go meditate.
Yes,
Is there any trees around? Is there a tree we can meditate under?
Yeah.
Nice, perfect. Oh, I guess it's winter though, so or it's spring's probably.
We're in a place called the Bronze Plains. I'm pretty sure we're in a warm enough environment that some of these trees would have probably kept. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's Neo's call.
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, we're not talking evergreens, but you know.
Yeah, just go lay down a mat, whatever, and gonna try and meditate for a while.
Um. Yum 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 yum.
I can't do that.
You can't go
Mm-mm, I can't.
Wow.
I've tried it before. I can't get my throat to do that.
Wowie.
Ah, we got
Like I can't start with that and go into a hum. I can't really hum. I can barely hum. It's really
Yo.
That's a meditation noise, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Would you believe me if I told you that I don't actually know where it's from? I just heard it first in Simpsons.
Same.
from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, Yum.
That's what the flying monkeys do. And
Ah,
I was obsessed with flying monkeys when I was little.
I never seen that movie. I've only seen the parodies.
Why the? I hate fucking Google. I type in flying into my phone and the first suggested result is flying monkey. It's definitely listening to me. Like it would have.
They're not actually. You know what they're actually saying in that is a pair.
I still don't know what they're saying in that.
Oh, yo.
Hang on a second. Just give me a minute. Give me a second just to work this one out.
Yo.
Oh, Yum.
How?
Yum.
Hey Google. Oh we oh yo. It brought up Ella Henderson, yours official video.
Nice.
So I guess that's what it is. Pop song from 2004. Yeah.
Yo.
Why, my monkeys? Why?
Fly, my pretties.
So yeah, you two are going off to meditate, and I think Aegis is just like shuffling in the background. He knew that Alex came to him the other day and said we should meditate together, and he was a bit thrown by that, but then he just sees you two meditating under a tree, and I think that has thrown him more than anything he saw in the mist. Just like that, I was like, what? What's... Am I in reality right now? But he leaves you to it. He ain't gonna interrupt. He ain't gonna interrupt the calmness.
How's Axe take to meditating?
Yeah, no, he's trying his hardest.
That seems
Why don't you both roll wisdom?
Nice.
Wisdom.
Yeah, Azora's having a lot of trouble. She can't seem to stop her mind from wandering and thinking on things and falling down these thought spirals.
Good thing Axe doesn't think.
She keeps on getting mentally distracted by thoughts and sidetracked.
We better think of something. I think we better think of something. You know what I think? We better think of something.
Good thinking.
Think.
Yeah, after a while, Azora just sort of, and pinches her nose and, like, just sort of said, I don't think I'm very good at this.
Try relaxing. Just empty head.
I've been trying that, and I'm not good at it.
That's actually really bad meditation advice.
Oh, I don't know. Axe just relax.
Well, it's not like Axe is a master,
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you tense. Let's see. Axe is gonna rub. Axe is
Axe
pinching
gives
your...
a shoulder rub.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like that fucking chiropractor video on Twitter.
Axe is just
Slight adjustment.
pinching your shoulders. Very stale.
Stale? What?
Stale shoulders are the devil's work things.
Stiff.
Sweet, roll his
Yeah,
axe.
come on.
No.
What?
What? Swede.
Sweet, are you meditating or is Axe meditating?
I am meditating. Axe isn't. No, I'm just...
Snake.
What?
Snake.
What?
Change to Aegis.
Maybe he's doing something out of character.
Yeah, who's to say that any of my roles have been truly in character?
Nice.
Are you? Is that...
We've never gone that much into his backstory, but before becoming a mercenary, he was enrolled at a chiropractic school.
After being a spearfisher, before being a mercenary, like...
Yeah, like, the thing is, he's really good at disabling opponents because he knows where to hit them in the discs. You gotta stab him between C1 and C4 or whatever. I'm gonna say,
Okay.
despite all the jokes, I think everyone else in this party is more elf racist than me.
Even Corum?
Yeah, especially Corin. It's one of those self-hating elves. Even though he's never come off like that.
That's why he hangs around with Aegis so much.
He can sense it.
Sweet. Do it again.
How much money does O'Malley have? Can I roll like a 1D1000 to see how much money O'Malley currently has?
No.
Oh.
Can Swede roll a 1D1000?
No. What do y'all do for the rest of your day?
I was gonna have a conversation with Axe.
Okay.
I think Aegis is like checking in on the party. It doesn't have to like checking on the party and reading the book like while just recovering. He's taking it easy.
Nice.
And hobbling and dying.
I think he did just kind of accept that he is weak for the now, which doesn't like, he's in a bit of a sour mood because he doesn't like being beaten and battered all that much, which no one does, but Aegis just doesn't like being rendered inactive, so he's a bit of a sourpuss throughout the day.
I can't believe that he's just a sourpuss.
Yeah. But he's reading that book. He's trying to get something done.
You can read?
Yes. Aegis.
Azora says it's my turn with the brain cell.
Okay, Zora, have your conversation.
Okay, so yeah, Azora, essentially, like sort of gives up at one point and just, I'm gonna take a break. Sort of see how see how Axe is doing.
Hello.
Just sort of ask, how's it going for you?
There's a cart radio.
Of course there is.
Nice.
And did you say okay for...
Yeah, how's it going for you?
Who did you say it's okay? Did you ask... Oh.
Yes, I'm asking you. How's the meditation we're both doing going?
Well, Axe is feeling pretty calm. Axe can sense, though, that you're frustrated. Not just with meditation, just frustrated with a lot of things. Axe puts his hand on your shoulder. Your stale shoulder.
Yeah, my stale shoulder.
It's okay. You're not weak.
That's the concern she's had this whole time.
Oh, I appreciate that. You know, speaking of concerns, I've been meaning to ask you about some stuff.
Yes?
So we've been doing quite a bit stuff to, track down this Gamble guy.
Yeah.